Whether you are just stepping into the kitchen or you've been cooking for a while but still struggle with knife work, mastering the basic of knife skill is absolutely essential. Hi, it's Jack from Headface. In this video, I will walk you through each step and show you the most important cuts you need to know clearly, quickly, and cleanly. Let's begin with the most basic element, how to hold your knife and the very first cut. This video is inspired by a knife skill tutorial from the world-renowned French chef Brunoise, which has generated over 5 million views. I've added practical, hands-on insight from my own professional kitchen experience, so by the end, you will have everything you need to cut with confidence. Let's start with how to use the knife properly first. Don't grip it by the end of the handle. Instead, pinch the blade itself using your thumb and index finger. This gives you greater control and precision. For narrow blade, rest your index finger on the spine. Once you've got your grip right, let's get into the core cutting motion. Today, I will show you 3 foundational ones. Rocking involves keeping the tip of the blade on the board and moving it on arc. It's stable, safe, and especially beginner friendly. However, it can press down on soft ingredients and is limited by ingredient size. People who prefer this motion often use a French style curved blade with a high tip and weight toward the handle, but these days, many cooks preferred Japanese style gyuto knives for their versatility. Now, push cut. This technique involves pushing the knife forward through the food. It requires very little force and keeps ingredients intact. It's more precise than rocking, so a gentle curved gyuto or kirisuke knife is recommended, particularly one that's lightweight and well balanced. The last one is chopping. This is an up and down motion, almost like an X. You've seen this in fast cutting video. While it's quick, making it less efficient and potentially damaging if the knife isn't sharp. Personally, I don't recommend this for most people, but if you must, use a straight edge blade with weight concentrated at the front, like a Chinese cleaver or nakiri. Now that you know how to grip and move your knife, let's apply those techniques to real cutting. Let's start with the Brunoise. This is precise cube cut, great for garnish or adding texture. Scare off your carrot or potato, then slice into 3mm sheet, stack them, slice into strip, then rotate and cut again to make small cubes. For fine Brunoise, reduce each side around 1.5mm. These are often used in consommes or refined sauce. Next, we move to medium and large dice. These are staple cuts for soup and hearty stew. For a medium dice, slice your vegetable into half-inch cubes. For large dice, aim for 3/4 inch cubes. Always start by trimming the ends to ensure the item sits flat on the cutting board. Stability is key. Remember, consistency is more important than perfection. Now for the elegant cut. The Batonnet is a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch by 2 inch stick. Ideal for stir fries. Julienne is slimmer, 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch by 2 inches. Used for garnish or accompany delicate proteins. Both start the same way. Scare the item, slice into sheets, then strips. Keep that cutting motion steady, let the knife do the work. A rough cut? Just slice through vegetables without worrying about perfection. Perfect for stocks. A fine mince is all about control, especially with garlic or parsley. Rock your chef's knife back and forth over the item until you get a fine, even texture. And finally, the chiffonade. Used primarily with basil, stack the leaves, roll them tight, and slice thin to create delicate ribbons. A beautiful finish for pasta, soup, and salads. With just a bit of practice, you'll be surprised how quickly your knife skill improved. And perhaps, most importantly, using the right knife for these motions makes all difference. When your knife fits your hand and supports your cutting style, prep becomes easier, faster, and more enjoyable. Knife cuts aren't just for aesthetics. They help ensure even cooking, enhance presentation, and make your kitchen experience safer and smoother. Start by slicing through a bunch of carrots, and don't forget, you can turn your scraps into purees or broth. If this video was helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. I will meet you in the next video. Bye.